Okay, so here's how to make a moving brush, and here's how to activate it. So here I have a sample set up. Um, so let's just say a player starts out on this platform, and then he wants to activate this button, activate this platform, and this platform will transport him to that platform. So first what you want to do is you want to make the brush that you want to move into a script underscore brush model. This is a must. If you don't do this, then it will not work. Alright, after you do this, press N. It'll bring up the entity in the window. Alright, now a key and value should be here. Now for the key, you should always write target name. For the value, you can write whatever you want, but to keep things simple, I write platform. Press enter and then N and it'll go away. Alright, now you need to make the trigger box. Trigger use touch around the activator button. Now, to do this, right click, go to trigger, and then use touch. And then make the use touch box around the button. Now press N, and then same thing, target name as always, and then value could be whatever you want, but to keep things simple, I name it trig underscore button. Enter, press N again, and then the box will disappear. Alright, that's basically it for Radiant. Just save your map and let's go into the coding of this. Now, you don't have to write this. I will be providing you with the script that I've pre-made, but to break things down, I named the whole code movingPlat, and then I also made a thread movingPlat up here. The threads must be in between these brackets. And by threading movingPlat, the system will now know what this whole thing is. If you do not thread anything with the name, then it won't know what the code is. Alright. Trig equals getEnt trig underscore button target name. So basically, I wrote trig. These can be renamed anything you want, but I renamed it trig just to be simple. Equals getEnt, and then trig underscore button as I wrote, and then target name as always. Plat equals getEnt platform as I wrote, and then target name as always. Trig setHintstring, pressed and 1 to activate this platform. Basically, just like any other different map, if you go up to a button, it usually just says like press use to activate, something like that. Press and 1 to activate this platform I wrote. And 1 is a better way of using of just typing use, because and 1 will actually find out and display the button that is binded to the use key in the game. This is good for newer players who don't know what use means. Okay, now I wrote trig waittill trigger player, so the trig button will wait until a player presses F or whatever the use key is on it. Okay, so once the player activates the trigger, the trig will delete, meaning that the player cannot activate the button anymore. Okay, so once this is done, once the players activate the trigger, then this line of code happens. Now this line of code is inside of a while one loop. Basically what while one is it makes something go on forever, like an infinite loop. So I made this code inside a while one loop, so this code will forever be played. If I made this code outside of a while one loop, this code will only be played once. Okay, so now in order to move an object, you need to find out its coordinates. So I want to move this object from here to here. Now in order to do this, I like to use a little trick that I've found out and others, I believe, taught me. I don't exactly remember, But what I like to do is I like to copy the brush by pressing space and putting it to the location where I want the brush to go. Now from here, I select this and I move it. Now I move it to the where I want, to the end of this brush right here. Now notice how the number X coordinate here moves. It changes. So I move the brush to the end of this brush right here, and X shows 448. Now X is the coordinate to make a brush move forward like this. Now the Y coordinate, I believe, makes it go up, and the Z coordinate, I believe, makes it go sideways. But for this, I'm going to be using X. And now that I know that X is 448, I will write that in my code as I've already did. So I did plat moveX 448, and this second number here is how fast I want the platform to move. Now it ranges from 1 to 10, 1 being the slowest, 10 being the fastest. So I put it on 5. Now I made it plat waittill movedone. So what this basically does is it waits for the platform to be done moving to its location. Now, once the platform is done moving to its location, it waits 2 seconds, then it moves back to its original location as I put negative 448. And then plat waittill movedone, it waits, and then it waits 2 seconds, and it does the whole process all over again. Now, I'm also going to add in a little text to appear. So I'm going to write I print Ellen bold, saying this platform is now moving. I print in bold basically makes it where you can make any text pop up on the screen and anybody can see it. So once a player activates the trigger, it will say this platform is now moving, and then the trig will delete, and then this line of code will execute. Alright, so always make sure that the Notepad++ file is the same name as the Radiant file, the map file, and it's .gsc. Same name. Okay, so once we're done, I like to save in Radiant and in Notepad++, and then I go into Cod4 Compile Tools. Now, once you have this selected, uncheck Connected Paths, go to Light Options, uncheck Extra, and check Fast. This will make the whole process faster. Now do Compile BSP, press Build Fast File. Now if there's a window that pops up, just press Yes. Now, Tutorial 2. Now I'm going to run the map, and we'll test if the platform moves and if the line of code works. Alright, so this basically means that I've done an error. I believe it's this, so I'm just going to delete it for the sake of this tutorial. Alright, I'm going to build my fast file again since I've edited the code. Run selected map. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Yeah, just Yeah, something went wrong. Yeah, so basically this is what to expect when you're mapping and scripting with COD 4, because, you know, stuff like this will happen and you have to find your own solution. And it does get pretty annoying. And it works. So yeah, sometimes it's just that it acts weird. All right. So I go up to this. I'm in the vicinity of the trigger box, and as I wrote in the code, press F to activate this platform. F being my use key. All right, I press F. It waits, and the platform is not moving. That's great. All right, so no, this looks good. I mean, I tested this out before. Yeah, COD 4 sometimes just makes up random errors because it's COD 4. And Infinity Ward basically just gutted this game. It made it run the worst it could be, basically. Because I've this code literally worked before I record, and now since I'm recording, it's not working. Uh, yeah, no, this should be fine. There's like absolutely no reason for it not to work. Let me compile the BSP again, because sometimes that needs to be done. Yeah, sometimes if you don't compile the BSP, like some of the script won't work for some reason, even though the BSP like is for Radiant. Uh, underscore tutorial 2. Okay. Okay. Oh, I know why. I know why it's not working. Alright, I think what I've done is I think this platform is because I think it okay. Oh, yeah, I remember. Forgot to delete this. Because there can only be one platform, and then there was two of them, so it didn't know what to do. All right, yeah, this should work now. Yeah, sometimes user errors like that really just messes you up. It sucks. Yeah, now it works. All right. Here's the button. Press F to activate. And yeah, there you go. It moves now. Yep. So that's basically how you activate and make a moving object. And I'm going to be making how to teleport in my next video. So yeah.